Hi, how are you? It's Travis here, and welcome back to our adventures with Elsent the Worgen Hunter. Today we are in Stormwind. We're going to do a couple of things in Stormwind before we start questing. Got some hunter talents to learn. We also have some items we need to put up on the auction house. And I believe we need to upgrade our first aid so we can start crafting mage weave bandages. So let's get some items up on the auction house, guys. Make a little bit of gold. $64.99 for these Knight Legards of the Eagle. So we'll post that. Twilight Pants of the Eagle. 10 stam, 9 intellect for 17 gold. Almost 17. And the Regal Cloak of Shadow Wrath. The Shadow Spell Damage Cloak. I guess that would be good for Shadow Priests or Warlocks. For 28 gold. So we'll put that up. We don't need silk cloth anymore. And it's selling for 180. 1 gold, 80 silver per cloth. 211 for the buzzard wings. Red wolf meat is selling for too cheap of a price to put up, supposedly. 90 silver for the white spider meat. Tender wolf meat, 30 silver each. Check out the bear flank. Bear flank, 4 golds each. 4 gold, 10 silver. And we'll get this light leather back up. It didn't sell the last time we put it up. And then we have shadow silk. Seems like that's too cheap as well. What else do we get? Dark whelpling. Hopefully this sells eventually. Damn, that guy's really putting it down. Should I sell this for 1,994 gold? That's a big cut. But I'll do it. I just want to sell it. It might sell for that much, and I might regret that, but I just want the gold, man. It'd be cool to get epic flying when we get out to
Need help?
well, not northern, before that. Probably we can start using that when we get out to Outland. There's some more stuff I can actually put up there. We don't really need all of these potions, so I'm going to sell these as well. And we can get an upgrade for our mount speed today. So I'll make sure to do that after this. Alright, so there we go. So let's check out our auctions. We have 2,148 gold worth of auctions up on the auction house right now. And the dark whelpling is a big chunk of that. Hopefully all that stuff sells. Could use the coin. We don't really need it, but if we want to get epic flying, we need all the coin we can get. Alright, so now we're going to upgrade our mount speed.
Hello.
Journeyman riding allows the player to ride swift ground mounts that require a riding skill of 150. Fast and furious. Nice.
Safe travels.
Learn the master riding skill. So the next one is expert riding. We can learn that at 60. And that allows the player to ride flying mounts that require a riding skill of 225. 225 is pretty fast, actually. It's not too bad. So you don't really need master or artisan riding, where it gets you up to 300. And I think master riding's 310. I don't know if paying 4,250 gold for 10 riding speed doesn't seem like worth it. And then eventually we'll have to get our flight master's license. That'll allow us to fly in Azeroth, and then cold weather flying will allow us to fly in Northridge. I think we'll probably have to pay for flying in Outland, but I think that's probably only purchasable in Outland. But we'll see. See what happens. So this should be faster. Yeah, our ground speed is increased by 100%. Does feel faster. Let's see if our if we use a mount, would that be faster? We have some new pets, guys. Swoopy. The bird. I have a 6-month subscription, and we got a mount like this in retail. And I get it because I get a 6-month subscription because I play every day, so it might as well. And you get stuff for having a 6-month recurring sub. Let's see what else we got here. We got Hoplet. Cool little bunny rabbit. We'll summon Swoopy. Is he out there? I don't even see him. Where's Swoopy? There he is. Is that him? There he is. We got Swoopy out. Let's check him out. Cool little bird. The mount looks pretty awesome, though. It's good that they give you something, at least, for having a 6-month sub. Because you're kind of locked into the game. If I wasn't making videos, I probably wouldn't have a 6-month sub. Usually how I would play the game before I started making videos is I would play the game for like 3 to 6 months, and then I'd take like a break and play like another game, like Diablo or Rust, or just any other game that's, I guess, popular at the time that I enjoy. All right, so what are we doing here? We're trying to find the first aid trainer.
Light bless you.
Good day to you.
All right, so there we go. We got artisan first aid now and mage weed bandage.
See you later.
We could make some mage weed bandages. We can get our first aid up to 300, and mage weed bandages give us 800, heals 800 damage over 8 seconds. Not bad. Make a few of those. Okay, well, that's mostly everything. I could get my leather working up, but we don't have too much. We need heavy leather, I believe, right? Yeah, medium leather. We don't. I need to get more of that. And the problem is the animals in the Western Plaguelands don't really drop medium leather. It's mostly heavy. So I might have to go out and actually farm a little bit of medium leather. It won't take me too long because we don't need too much more of it. We're moving on to the next set of leather pretty soon. Currently at 153 leather working. Now we're going to head over to the Hunter Trainer. It's nice seeing a bunch of people in Stormwind. Alright, so here's the Hunter Trainer here, right?
Well met.
Alright, so we got Scare Beast. Scares a beast, causing it to run in fear for up to 20 seconds. Damage caused may interrupt the effect. Only one beast can be feared at a time. We got Widow Venom, a venomous shot that reduces the effectiveness of any healing taken for 30 seconds. Oh, now we can equip male armor. Allows you to equip male armor and items. Nice. We got Kill Shot now, which is sort of like an execute ability. You attempt to finish the wounded target off, firing a long-ranged attack, dealing 119.8% weapon damage, plus 243. Kill Shot can only be used on enemies that have 20% or less health. We got Tranquilizing Shot now. Attempts to remove 1 enrage and 1 magic effect from an enemy target. We also have Flare. Exposes all hidden and invisible enemies within 10 yards of the targeted area for 20 seconds. Track Elementals. Shows the location of nearby elementals on the mini-map. Track Demons, which allows us to track demons on the mini-map. And Explosive Trap. This is a big one. Plays a trap that explodes when an enemy approaches, causing 41 to 46 fire damage and burning all enemies for 321 additional fire damage over 20 seconds. To all within 10 yards. Trap will exist for 1 minute. That's a pretty damn good trap. We'll be putting that down quite a bit. So let's get this trap up here. There we go. think that was it for that. Now we have Trank Shot. A Trank Shot here. Kill Shot. My Kill Shot shift there. What else we got here? Flare. Like that. Shift-E. It's probably a pretty good macro for Flare. Where you don't have to click twice. You just have to have your mouse hovering over the place where you want to throw it, and you just press the button and boom, it flares. A little bit faster. I had that on my boomkin with, I think, Hurricane. And Scare Beast. I guess we'll put that here. Anything else? We got Widow Venom. Put that as H. I don't know if I'll use that much. Like, not many mobs heal out in the world, but it's like a specific scenario, or maybe even mostly a PvP ability to use against healers. Or like a target that's getting healed that you want to take down, like a flag carrier. Alright guys, well let's hearth back to the Western Plaguelands and we'll get back to questing. Pretty sure I did everything I wanted to do. Hopefully we make some coin. We don't need it just yet, but once we get to 60, it would be nice to have enough coin to get to fully upgrade our flying. One thing I want to check out, though, is our mount speed faster. Supposedly, put that here, I guess. Yeah, it just says 100% speed, so I guess it's just like the exact same running wild and in the mount. We do have a faster mount speed now, so that's good. Try out explosive trap though. Want to see how much damage it does. It's a decent amount of damage. It's great for AoE. It's going to be fun actually doing dungeons with explosive trap. Oh, got some medium leather there. Alright, so let's make our way to the next questing area. I think we'll go up here. And we'll go see Nathaniel Duma. Because I want to do all that stuff before we eventually head off to the Eastern Plaguelands. Try to do as many quests as we can in this zone. And maybe I'll do a dungeon run soon. We might as well. Yeah, this is a good time to do explosive trap. Just bring it in there. Let me just take constant AoE damage. It looks like the Forsaken have taken over Anderhall. It wasn't like this before. And there has been some changes to Classic Era, guys. I was actually kind of shocked to hear about what happened, but they had an update. So Classic Era got some hashtag changes. Some people aren't too happy about them. The Alliance now have their own Ren buff. If you guys don't know about world buffs, there's a buff that the Alliance had trouble getting. And they used to have to go to the Barrens near the crossroads. And they would wait for the Horde to draw, or they would make deals with the Horde and or try to find out when Ren was dropping. And then when that was happening, they would get mind controlled by a Horde priest that was either in their guild, or they would just pay like a Horde priest some coin. they'd figure out how to do some deal, and then the Horde Priest would get them Ren buff. Because once you're mind controlled, you're considered to be Horde, and if you're in Crossroads, you would get the Ren buff. And now they won't have to do that anymore. They can just hang out in Stormwind and chill, and they'll eventually get Ren buff. And I don't mind that too much, but I can see why people are hating on it. Oh wow, there's Scarlet Crusade members here. Interesting. Might be fighting them today. And, but yeah, there's people hating on it because, one, the Alliance are already pretty damn strong in PvE. Like, I consider the Alliance stronger than, just better at PvE than the Horde. So they don't even really need Ren buff. And the reason why they're OP is because of the Paladin buffs. There's a buff they give, I think it's called, I forget what it's, Sank or whatever. Some aura. It's like a threat buff. I always forget it. Yeah, Blessing of Salvation. Reduces the amount of all threat generated by 30%. And it's pretty damn strong. It allows, like, you know, the DPS just to go off on bosses. So, then the Horde don't have that.
King's honor, friend.
But yeah, I'll talk about this after.
Alliance.
Long ago, before the last Great War, my father ran the Northridge lumber mill. It was his life, and he was committed to it. Then the war came. As much as it pained him, we had to flee to Stormwind. The passing of the Scourge and the flight of the Scarlet Crusade, however, Northridge is ours again.
Go with honor, friend.
Welcome to Northridge Hunter.
Life bless you.
Oh, it's good to be back in Northridge. I've got my mill, my beautiful wife, a bouncing baby boy. I've even put in my hat with the Argent Crusade. We'll be supplying Tyrion's fortresses with lumber, so Tyrion's here, that's cool. My lumberjacks were being exceptionally productive too, up until the point when the spiders came. Now they refuse to go any deeper into the woods. Maybe you can help me out, hop on one of my horses and use it to frighten those spiders. Maybe we can avoid bloodshed and just scare them away. We have another quest here.
Hello.
Too close for comfort.
See you around.
I'm happy for Nathaniel. He spent so long trying to return to Northridge, and now the Scarlet Crusade out of the way, he can finally move back home. It's just, even for such a seemingly idyllic setting, it's not really the best place to raise a family. For example, along the valley's edge, you'll find rabid foxes searching for innocent prey. Every once in a while, I catch a glimpse of one looking right at me. Please, Hunter, remove some of these foxes. I don't feel safe with them near.
Safe travels.
All right, so we got a few quests. And yeah, so Alliance have Ren buff. And yeah, Blessing of Salvation's really strong. Makes Paladins are just really good. I think they're like the best healers in Classic WoW, in my opinion. Some people might say priests. But I would say Paladins are the best. They rarely ever run out of mana. And then they bring all these blessings that are like really overpowered. Like Blessing of Salvation. But one thing Horde can do, Horde can get mind controlled by an Alliance priest and get their raid Blessing of Salvation, but nobody ever really did that. Maybe some people did. If your guild was really sweaty, but my guild never did that. And yeah, so they got red now, and people are kind of upset about it. And I think one of the other reasons is kind of removes a world PvP event that people enjoy doing, and that's griefing people trying to get the Ren buff. So people would go out and gank people getting Ren buff. It probably happened quite a bit. So I don't mind it. I think it's an alright thing. It's not a big deal, but it does change the game. And it does take away something from the world, which kind of sucks. It sucks more for the Horde than it does the Alliance, that's for sure. There's the horses there. We'll go hop on one. And now I think buffs are not dispellable, guys. And that's another thing that some people, that griefers like to do. They like to go and dispel buffs if you're a shaman or a priest. And that's you can't do that anymore. So I guess you don't even need the chromie thing that I was talking about, where chromie gives you like this item that you use it when you have your world buffs and it stores them for you. They added that to the game at like the end of Classic Vanilla. And I thought it was a good ad, but now they just don't get dispelled. And that's good and bad, but I think it's mostly a good thing because there's some bosses that dispel your world buffs, and it's kind of lame when they do that. And then, you can't really, benefit from your world buffs for the rest of the raid. One of those bosses is Gar in Molten Core. And you're pretty much like halfway into the raid, and your world buffs get dispelled, and it really sucks, especially if you're a tank. And on the Horde side, because if you're a tank on the Horde side and you don't have world buffs and your DPS have world buffs, good chance they're going to pull threat off you, or they have to like slow their DPS. And that just sucks for the raid in general. So I think that's a positive thing. I guess the griefers will not like it, and that does take away some world events. But yeah. But I think it's a good thing because some people will probably not store their world buffs. I assume you can still do that just to be safe, but some people might not because they're not dispellable. But just because they're not dispellable doesn't mean you can get ganked, right? If you see somebody with world buffs, you can gank them and they lose them all, and it's always a fun thing to do sometimes. Because you know how much effort that person put in to get all those world buffs, so you kill them, it is kind of a satisfying moment. I've had it happen to me, and I've done it to people a bunch of times back in the day. But yeah, 2019 Classic WoW will never probably come back ever again. That experience is long gone. And I think they've added a guild tab too now in Classic Era, which means I guess you can have a guild bank, and guilds don't have to have like a guild character that's a guild bank. That's what my guild used to do. I assume many guilds did the same thing, because that's really all you could do. But yeah, it's all quality of life stuff, and I think it's not that bad, to be honest. But they're changes nonetheless, so if you don't like changes, you won't like any of it. I think it's okay, but it will take away like people just roaming around the worlds looking to cause havoc, and that's an interesting part of Vanilla WoW. The thing is that only really happens on PvP servers. On PvE, that doesn't really happen at all. But it's a good thing. Makes it more, it's a lot better for Alliance, that's for sure. And how you get Rend buff, there's a boss named Rend. I think his name's Rend Black something. It's been a while. Rend Blackhand, yeah. And he's in upper, I think it's lower, is it lower or upper Blackrock Spire? He's in Blackrock Spire, I think it might be upper. Yeah, he's in upper Blackrock Spire. And you have to like try to summon him. He doesn't always spawn. So what people do is they would just like go in and out of the dungeon and then slash who or just try to find out where if he's in the dungeon or not. And then if he's not, you just reset. And that's how people would farm the red buff. And you can actually make gold for dropping it. You can only drop it once per character, so if you have it and you drop it, you can drop it for a guild and they'll pay you gold. I actually got a little bit of gold on my alts by doing that. Get like 50 or 100 gold, not too much. Try kill shot here. There we go. 500 damage on that kill shot. And yeah, this private server, Turtle WoW, I've heard so much about it. People recommend it all the time on the channel. And they had a cool, just a cool video showing what they're bringing to the game in 2025. They're supposedly updating the engine, the WoW engine, and putting WoW World of Warcraft on Unreal Engine. And they plan on this coming out in 2025. That's crazy for a like private server. A lot of people believe that Turtle WoW is like the actual Classic Plus that we should have got instead of Season of Discovery.
Might be with you. Or the Alliance.
Well, it sounds like they're certainly afraid of the Mustang, but they're not leaving for good. I can't have you running around on a horse forever, nor do I think you'd want to. Fine, bloodshed it is.
With honor, friend.
The High Lord was generous enough to send some of his recruits to protect us. Here at the mill, with your horsemanship skills and their martial prowess, we can do away with this spider problem easily. Hop back on that Mustang and scare these spiders again, but this time scare them all the way up to the mill. These Hearthglen recruits can handle things from there.
Need help? Be careful.
I feel a bit more relieved, Elson. Thank you.
Farewell.
Red Pine
Have a good
Thievery.
one.
Farther to the south, you'll find Red Pine Knolls, a new arrival to the area. You probably passed some on your way here. Nathaniel pretends like they're not a problem, but I know better. I've seen them running away with our lumber at night. I don't know what they do with lumber. They don't seem particularly handy, but that doesn't stop them from stealing it. Head down to their camp and steal that lumber
Be
pack.
careful.
A Knoll's
Safe
resolve.
travels.
I have my doubts about those Knolls' intentions. They haven't attacked us yet, but their numbers are growing and they seem to always have their weapons ready. I'm no military expert, but that seems a little aggressive to me. Maybe if we took away some of their weapons, they'd be a little less likely to pose a threat to our mill. I'd feel much better about the whole situation if you went down there and brought some of their weapons back to me.
Have a good one.
Well, there's our kid right there. That's cool. Look at that, eh? Look at this little guy. I didn't even notice that. All right, so let's deal with these spiders. But yeah, Turtle WoW, man, they're doing cool stuff. I hope Season of Discovery or like the WoW team just copies them, man. I'm not really a big like private server guy because I just don't like putting my time into something and then knowing that it can just get shut down at any moment. I guess that can happen with, actual WoW. Like eventually, I guess eventually it'll get shut down, but maybe not. Right? I think they would just keep it up. But who knows? We'll see what happens with that. But, you know, Blizzard can just shut down a private server whenever. That's why I'm not a big fan of them. Where the heck are these Hearthglen guys? Said I have to, like, bring them up here, right? I had to bring them towards... towards the mill? Kind of like herding spiders. Just want to see if that works. Oh, they're there. They're right there. Get them, guys. Come on. Probably be faster for me just to kill them myself. To be honest. I'm not a big fan of this strategy. Not a very fun quest. But I think this is the worst quest I've ever done in Cataclysm so far. It's okay. It's different, but it's silly. But at least these Hearthglen guys, they just one-shot them. It's hard to do more than one at a time, though. Because they all move in different directions. Maybe I can get 2 here. I think they got that one. Come on. There you go. Get that one. Get that one. Yeah, I've had a lot of recommendations to play it, but I'm also worried about, like, Blizzard copyrighting my channel. It's another reason why I wouldn't play it. It's just not worth it. But I would be tempted to check it out, though. Especially the what's it called? The Unreal Engine update. Looks pretty cool. Duskwood looks amazing. Like, it actually looks like a very spooky zone. It looks like they did a great job with Duskwood. It's very dark. And it just has the vibe of, like, you know, if something runs up on you, it could, like, potentially, you know, give you, like jump scare you a bit. Like Stitch is just coming out of nowhere. And you're just like, what the heck? Comes out of the shadows, you know? Or a Worgen's, like, or something like that. That zone it'd be awesome to play through that zone on the channel, but I'm just too afraid of the power of Microsoft. I know they probably wouldn't care.
What can I do for you?
Just a small little channel on the internet, but you never know. That's much more like it. Now my lumberjacks can get to work again. Nice riding out there, Alcent. You got a pretty impressive silhouette on that Mustang. Okay, so we got this ring. I like my other rings more, so we'll just take the Spider Splatter Mace and sell it.
For the Alliance.
An audience with the High Lord. Oh, before you go, Elsa, I have a message for you. There's someone in Hearthglen who'd like to meet with you. Said he's heard your name pop up a few times already. Consider yourself lucky, Elsa. Not everybody gets a personal audience with High Lord Tirion Forging. Oh, and feel free to use one of my Mustangs for the ride up there. They're the fastest money can buy. This guy loves his Mustang. So I guess the Argent Crusade took Hearthglen from the Scarlet Crusade when they decided to leave. Got this wood here. Slay a few of these gnolls. And Turtle WoW sounds awesome, man. Like, I know I'm bigging it up a little bit here, but they supposedly have anti-botting. Like, Blizzard hasn't been able to deal with bots at all. I don't know how well their anti-botting works, but I assume they tell you to download an anti-cheat, right? To your computer, and then that stops botting, right? This MMO I used to play got an anti-cheat, and it stopped botting pretty damn well. It was called Battle Eye. And I believe you had to download it to your computer. And it stopped botting by quite a bit. It's awesome. So I've been surprised that Blizzard hasn't been able to do that, or just, like, you know, outsource it to another company, but I guess they don't want to spend the money on it. Because it would be a constant... You're in kind of like a constant battle with the botters. You have to keep updating the software and stuff like that, but I just assumed Blizzard didn't want to do that, right? Cut into their bottom line. And supposedly the graphics are toggleable as well, which is amazing. Sort of like Diablo 2 remastered. I think it's called remastered. Yeah, Resurrected, yeah. I played that. It was awesome, man. Diablo 2 Resurrected is probably one of the best remakes they made. It's so cool how you can toggle the old graphics with the new graphics. Really shows you how much like work they put in. I recommend, yeah, Diablo 2 Remastered. It's Resurrected. It's great. Really good game. I never really played Diablo 2 when I was younger. I was mostly a StarCraft kid, RTS player. Warcraft 3. Not as good at those games anymore, though, because my APM is a little slow. Slowed with age. But it would be fun. Maybe I'd play Warcraft 3 again on the channel, just go through the story. And play it on too hard of a difficulty. That'd be kind of fun. I tried it on a hard difficulty, and it was tough. I was just too slow. And then I kind of was just like, you know what, I can't do it. I'm just going to take a break. Couldn't handle the embarrassment. Yeah, it would be fun to play that game again. Maybe I'd play it again on the channel. Warcraft 2 would be fun as well. It's a game I never really checked out. I played that a little bit when I was younger, but never really did the campaign or any. I didn't dive into it that much. Because by the time I started playing it, I think Warcraft 3 came out like a year later. That was probably the worst remaster they made, was Warcraft 3. That was another reason why I stopped, because there was a lot of bugs, I remember, with like the use map setting games, and supposedly the story was actually different. Some things they took out or something like that. But it got bad reviews. That's all I know. That was another reason why I stopped playing Warcraft 3.
See you around.
But I assume they fixed that by now. It's been years since I played that game. Some of the older lumberjacks tell me that the Red Pine lived in the area several years ago, but left when the plague arrived. That doesn't make it okay for them to steal, though.
Farewell.
I'll just put this back over in the lumber stores outside. Nathaniel probably won't even notice it was missing.
Be careful.
The Gnolls resolved.
See you around.
I don't want to order some sort of mass Gnoll genocide because of a mother's worries. I just like to feel safe in my own home.
Farewell.
Thank you, Elsent. I'll be throwing these in the fire. We don't want those Gnolls sneaking in and stealing them back. Gnolls kind of remind me of raccoons.
Safe travels. What can I do for
Just
you?
getting in your backyard and just stealing all your
Have
trash.
a good one. See you around.
Make it a mess. So we got some male boots here. 7 strength, 7 stamina, 166 armor. So I think this is an upgrade. Kelly's booties.
Safe travels.
Let's put those bad boys on. There we go. We got our first piece of male gear. Let's hop on a horse here and it'll bring us up to Hearthglen. It's pretty fast. Hearthglen Mustang. And we're going to go meet Tirion Forging. I had a feeling we would meet him. He's clearly moved up in the world ever since he helped defeat the Lich King. I wonder if this was before. No. This has to be after its Cataclysm. Such an epic ending. Like when you slay the Lich King and Tirion gets resurrected. Yeah, I remember this place. It was full of Scarlet Monastery members back in vanilla. Pretty cool quests in this part of the Western Plaguelands in vanilla. All right, so there he is. Yeah, High Lord Tirion Forging. Looks like a badass.
Put your faith in the light, and all is possible.
An audience with the High Lord. Nelson, it is truly a pleasure. I know you are young and still training, but I've had my eye on you. We among the Argent Crusade are always looking for promising new recruits, and you have indeed shown great promise. I have no immediate task for you, but merely wished to meet you in person and see for myself what type of Worgen you really were. For the time being, the amenities of Hearthglen are yours to enjoy. I look forward to our next meeting, Elsent. You are dismissed.
Find the strength within you.
Farewell, Elsent. Send my regards to the good men and women at the Mender Steed. Look at that Ashbringer. Alright, so we got a bunch of quests here, guys. But I think I'm going to call the episode here, and next episode we will start these quests in Hearthglen. But as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.